Hi everyone, welcome to this broadcast. So, this is a very different broadcast than some of the ones that I've done. I'm still really in the middle of some strong emotions right now about the state of the world and the state of my nation, which is the US, and all the things that are happening here. So, I wanted to do some tapping for myself, and I decided that I would do this live broadcast sort of last minute to welcome anybody that needs to tap as well and needs to get some energy out of their body and process the intense amount of emotion that is in the collective right now everywhere, and do it in a place that was safe, do it in a way that was quick and efficient, and didn't require a whole lot of effort. So that was my intention with offering this live. And when I was thinking about doing the tapping live, I got the download to do a quick meditation before we do the tapping. So it's going to be short. If you're not in a place where you can sit and close your eyes, and you're welcome to just listen and just lean into the energy, but it felt really important that I do that as an introduction, so I'm going to. I did get a request for a tag on this video, so that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm just making sure that the person who wanted to be tagged gets tagged. So if you're hopping on and you're joining us live, please say hello so I can say hi to you. And, oh, hi Courtney. I was just tagging you. So I can say hi to you and get comfortable. Go ahead and find a comfortable place where you can drop into your body really quick and just feel into yourself. If you can turn off the sound on everything around you right now and just kind of separate yourself. Hi Abby. That would be even better, because then you'd have more of a full spectrum. So we're going to do about 5 minutes worth of a meditation maybe, and then go right into tapping. And we're going to do, if you've never done EFT tapping, don't worry, it's very easy to follow along. I will prompt you so that you can do the correct tapping formation, and you will get to choose the emotion that you would like to tap on, and I will instruct on how to do that when we get to tapping. So for now, just take a nice deep breath and close your eyes and land inside of your body. So I'm going to recommend that you start inhaling through the nose and then just exhale loudly. Just letting the energy move out with the exhalation. So inhale through the nose. Exhale loudly, and with that loud exhalation, what you're doing is you're moving energy out forcefully. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth loudly, and what you'll notice as you're doing that is very naturally the shoulders will start to drop, and you'll start to drop more into your body and out of your mind, which is where a lot of us are right now. So inhale through the nose, final exhalation through the mouth. Now go ahead and close your eyes. If you can't close your eyes, just relax your gaze so you're not hyper focusing on anything specific right now. And I want you to just breathe normally, and in a second I'm going to start doing some counted breaths. So I'm going to count to 5, and you're going to continue to inhale until I get to 5, and then you're going to start exhaling, and I'm going to count to 5 again. So we're going to do 5 count in breath and a 5 count exhale. Okay, so we're going to begin now. Go ahead and take an inhale, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go ahead and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go ahead and continue to inhale on that rhythm, counting to 5 in your head, and then counting to 5 as you exhale. And what this is doing, it's slowing down the breath. It's getting you out of this superficial breathing, which tends to be where we breathe when we're in panic, and it's getting you into a deeper rhythm of breathing, a slower rhythm of breathing. It's connecting you to your body, it's connecting you more to the parasympathetic nervous system, is slowing down the system. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Just do a couple more of those breaths. Eyes closed, dropping your shoulders, conscious of relaxing the body, letting go of the abdomen. It's really important. Making sure that you're breathing into the abdomen and out of the abdomen. You're not clenching your pelvis, pelvic floor, or the abdomen as you breathe. And as you're breathing, inhaling and exhaling and dropping more into your body and relaxing your body, I want you to imagine that your light body, your auric body, your energetic body is going to take a little trip. And so you are going to stay where you are, maintaining your breath, maintaining the calm, returning to a natural rhythm of breathing for you that feels comfortable. And you're going to let your energy body do a little bit of a travel for you. As you're sitting there breathing, you're going to feel your energy body lifting up, out of the body, up above the place you're sitting, above the room you are, up above your home, up above your neighborhood, up above your city, up above your state, zooming out, going up, until you can begin to see the outline of our nation, US, and eventually the globe. And I want you to feel yourself now suspended in space, in that quiet of space, that deep quiet, looking over the globe and looking over your nation. And I want you to notice as you're suspended there in the quiet, looking over, you look to your left and you notice there are more lights also suspended in the air, just like you. Different rainbow colors, red, purple lights, green lights, yellow lights, all these different auric bodies suspended right by you. And you look to your right and you see more of them as well. More suspended auric bodies, different colors all around. And you notice as you look from left to right that they seem to be encircling the US, encircling the entire nation, almost in a perfect outline. All of these little light figures. And so you feel the sudden inspiration to reach out your arms, your light body arms, and to reach out to those other light beings to your left and to your right. And as you do this, you feel this warmth in your hand to the left and this warmth in your hand to the right as you make contact with these other light beings that are with you. And suddenly this warmth that started in your contact spreads up your arms and into your heart. And from there floods your entire body with sincere warmth and love. And you just know that that very same warmth and love is traversing all of the hands that are now being held together. And that this energy is flowing through this entire circle of beings. And you feel it. You feel it in your body. You feel it in the space around you. You feel it in your heart. And then suddenly, almost as if perfectly synchronized, you each begin to radiate this love and compassion for the entire nation. And you begin to douse the nation with light and hope and solidarity and appreciation and gratitude. And you stay there in that moment, suspended in that love and that gratitude, in that hope, in those prayers of protection and harmony. And you allow yourself to be completely overcome by that feeling in this moment. And your heart feels that this is the truth. This is the truth of who you are. This is the truth of who we are. This is the truth of our sovereignty. This is the truth. And you know that. On a visceral level, you know that. Continuing to breathe and be in that energy. And as you now decide to come back into your physical body on this physical earth, you look to your left and to your right one more time, and you feel that warmth and that connection and that community that you have created. And you decide to bring that with you back home. And you give thanks, a silent thanks, to every single light being that was suspended with you in this moment. You give thanks for the opportunity to experience what you've just experienced. And you slowly make your way back, zooming into the earth, and zooming into your state, zooming into your city, your neighborhood, your home, the room that you are in, your body, settling into your body, reconnecting with your breath. And you inhale again on the count of 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you continue to breathe really slowly, just reconnecting with your physical body, allowing yourself to come back. And when you're ready to open your eyes and reconnect and begin the next level of your healing for tonight, you can go ahead and do that. Oh, so many beautiful people joined us. Wonderful. So before we go into our next stage, which is going to be tapping next, I'd love to hear any feedback from this experience that any of you had that you feel open to sharing. Go ahead and share with me, how did that go? Did that surprise you? Were you able to relax into your body and have the experience of the meditation? I definitely got teary-eyed, cried a bit. That was a really beautiful feeling. I'm a little bit delayed on comments, so I'm just waiting to see if I see from anybody before we move into the next stage. I really want to honor everybody's experience of that meditation, quick meditation. Oh, some hearts, that's beautiful. I feel so much more relaxed. Thank you. Welcome. My pleasure. So good. So good. Very relaxed, says Abby. Beautiful. What a difference, right? It was only a few minutes, but how different do we feel just from doing that? Hi, Vicky. Welcome. Hi, Danny. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Jen. Jillian. So yes, Courtney, you said you don't think you've ever meditated before. That's what we call guided meditation. So you were being guided into a state of meditation. It's very powerful. It's very helpful for those who are new to meditation to be guided. I find that to be the easiest way for you to enter that deep place of relaxation through meditation. So now we're going to move into tapping. And tapping is also going to be very deeply relaxing for anybody who's watching. So if you are currently dealing with feelings of anxiety or grief or confusion or anger or any emotion that's very, very strong within you in the moment, then please stay tuned and follow along. This will be a tool that you can take with you that will make a huge difference in the rest of your life if you just use it whenever you find yourself struggling, okay? Oh, Vicky, you're just in time. I'm about to start tapping. So the meditation you can rewatch, but this is going to be the tapping part. So you can still very much use this. So stay tuned for that. So with the tapping, what you're going to see is you're going to see me applying pressure rhythmically to different points of my body. And I'm going to do it slow so that you guys see exactly where I'm tapping. Okay? So before I begin, I'm just going to give you a quick outline of where the tapping points are so you guys can kind of know where we're going to go, okay? And this is what we call short form tapping. There's a longer version of this, and if I was in a private session and we were going pretty deep, then we would do a longer version of this. But, excuse me, we're going to do short form, which is very effective, and it's simple form of tapping, okay? So the first place you're going to start is the top of your head, so kind of in the middle. You're going to tap right there, top of your head. Then you're going to tap at the edge of the brow. Okay, so right here, if you apply pressure, you can kind of feel a little bit of soreness right on the edge of the brow. That's where you want to type. So if you have glasses, you might need to take them off. They usually bump when I do this. And you're going to go the side of the eye right here. Okay, side of the eye. And you're going to go under the eye. There's like a little bone right here you can feel underneath the eye. You're going to tap right there. Then you're going to go underneath the nose, right above the lip. You're going to go right here on the chin, underneath the bottom lip. Okay. You're going to go into the collarbone right here. Okay. I'm going to add this one. This is thymus, so right here. So we're going to do collarbone, sternum. Then we're going to go side of the ribs, right where the bra strap point would be. Okay. Then we're going to go side of hand. Okay. And we're actually going to start and end with side of hand. Okay. So those are the points. And again, I'll go slow so you guys can follow along. The very first thing I want to do before we start is, we did that meditation, so a lot of you guys are pretty relaxed right now. But I want you to gauge whatever that pressing emotion is for you. I first want you to identify that. What is the emotion that you want to tap on tonight? For me, it's grief. That's really the strong thing that I'm feeling right now, is a ton of grief. And so I'm going to tap on that particular word, because that has a lot of meaning for me right now. So I want you to find your word. It's a lot easier for beginners if you just keep it to one word, one emotion, one thing that you can identify. And I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being, I don't feel this emotion. 10 being, I feel it the most. It's a very intense emotion in my body. And I want you to gauge that, because as you tap, I want you to notice how it goes down. And I want you to be able to rate yourself. The goal is that you tap until you get it between a 0 to 2. Anywhere there means that it's effectively gone, removed from the system, and you do not have that anymore. So we are going to find our word. We're going to give ourselves a rating. Right now, I'm probably at a 5 or a 6 after the meditation. Before that, I was at an 8. So the meditation itself did a good deal to bring me down, but I'm still at like a 5 or a 6 for me. And then we're going to do a setup statement. So we're going to repeat the statement 3 times. And again, I'm going to use the word grief, but you use your word. You replace my word with yours. Okay? So we're going to start with the side of the hand, and I want you to start tapping right here, rhythmically. Okay? And I want you to repeat after me. Even though I have all of this grief, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel so much fucking grief, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And you can use any words you want. Even though I have this anger, even though I have this fear, even though I have this confusion, whatever that, even though I have this anxiety, it's another one. Even though I have blank, or even though I feel blank, even though I think blank, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay? And repeat that 3 times while you're tapping on this point. Okay. Then you're going to take that feeling, that emotion, and you're going to start tapping. This grief. All you're going to say is this and the emotion. It can be this anxiety, this fear, this anger, this grief. For me, in my case, this grief. This grief. This grief. This grief. And again, interchangeably, use whatever emotion is most predominant for you right now. This grief. This grief. You might notice that you'll start to want to yawn, or maybe you'll get emotional and you'll want to start crying. That's okay. This grief. That's completely normal. That's energy moving through the body, and it happens a lot when tapping. This grief. So I want to sigh. That's another part of the energy moving. If you catch yourself sighing, that's what's happening. This grief. This grief. We're going to do this 3 times, okay? So that was our first round. This grief. 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 Last round, same points. This grief. 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 All right. So now you want to take a deep breath. You might feel a little bit tingling in the body. That's a totally normal experience. That's energy, again, moving in the body. I just want you to check in and notice where you are on a scale of 0 to 10, where you are now. I am at a 3. I went from like a 5, 6 down to a 3 after tapping. So I want you to notice a few things. I want you to notice if it went down, if your number of intensity went down after tapping. And I also want you to notice if the emotion changed. That's also something that's really common. It's common that you'll start tapping on something like anxiety, for example, and maybe halfway through tapping about that, you realize it's sadness or it's anger, and so that's really common. You will start tapping, and maybe by the time you're done, you're like, wow, I don't feel the anxiety anymore, but now I'm really feeling super sad. So then you would do another tapping round on the sadness. Okay, so that's how that works. And then if you get that out of your system and you realize there's yet another emotion underneath that, then you would go for that one until it really gets out of your system. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you loved it, Vicky. You're welcome. So how does it feel? Give me some feedback. How did that go? Did you feel a difference? Did it change for you? Did you find yourself yawning or sighing or maybe getting emotional while you were tapping? I definitely wanted to sigh. I wanted to move that energy out of my body with sighs. That's how I felt that. I don't feel anxious at all. I can't even say 2 or 3. I feel none. Beautiful, Courtney. So sometimes it's that fast. Sometimes you can rapidly get it out of your system. And the beautiful thing about EFT is that it is permanent. It has lasting effect on the system. So if the emotion comes back, it's usually a different version of that. It's not truly that original thing that you tapped on. Yeah, you are going to sleep really well tonight. This is a really amazing thing to do before bed if you have any difficult emotion in the body. So again, this is called simple tapping, right? You're not really talking through it. You're just addressing the specific emotion. Courtney says, I felt sad in the middle of it and then confused for what's going on in the world, and then it all went away and I felt peaceful. Beautiful. That's a beautiful example of how the energy shifts in the body while you're tapping. And so I love EFT because it's such a simple tool to bring you through the whole range of your experience and drop you into your center, like at the end of that. And this can get a lot more complex as well, and you can do layers upon layers. This also works for past trauma, past memories. It's a very powerful tool. I was sighing the whole time, says Abby on YouTube. I've never done this before and I'm pretty amazed. It is an amazing tool. It is one of the most amazing tools I've ever collected as a healer. So I would say, yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. I'm so glad that you guys loved it. I would love to do more of these for you. I think right now this is pretty important. I was in the middle of working on a series for my patrons, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on pause right now, and I'm just going to go live every couple days or maybe every other day and do a series of these so that everybody can attend that wants to attend. And then I'll go back to working on that series for them afterwards. But you are so welcome. Courtney said, thank you for doing this. I've tapped with you once, but this was more effective for me than the first time. I love this. So good. I think you get easier with it because you get more accustomed to it and you get more relaxed with it. At first it can seem strange, like, what are you tapping? And what, for those who want a little bit of history on it, it's an acupressure treatment is what it is. So instead of using needles like in acupuncture, you're using acupressure, and that's how you affect the meridians in the body, and that's how you move energy through the body, and it's just really, really simple. Oh, see, yeah. Distractions the first time, your focus this time. Focus makes a big difference. I actually feel a lot calmer, and I actually feel a lot of gratitude right now, which is an emotion I was really struggling to grasp before I came on live. And every time I come to serve, I always connect with gratitude. So I'm getting emotional for a different reason, but that's a really good reason to have. So thank you for joining me live, for doing that meditation, and for doing the tapping. I could feel the energy of everybody who was watching, and I think that really contributed to my experience. And I hope that it contributed to all of you guys as well. I wish you a really restful evening, and continue to remember that feeling of being in your heart. Remember the warmth of community. Remember that we are not islands, and that we came here for each other, and that we have a responsibility to take care of each other. All right. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing night.